All right, let's see. We're looking for the notifications. Is it going out? Yay, there it is. Okay. Sweet. We're going to share it as notifications are going out for everyone. I was just saying to my friend Victoria here, I'm super excited about tonight. So thanks to everyone who's checking out Live Well, Live Free and Soul Child tonight.
What?
Victoria. So I'm figuring out how to share this to all my channels. Vicky and I go way back. We go way back.
Oh yeah.
Tell them. I'm so excited.
I mean, it was like adult adolescence thinking about it now. Like when you're still very young at heart and very unexperienced in the world, and you're like, and we can drink alcohol and we can get into trouble.
We live in San Diego and we can drink, and crazy times.
I know.
And now we're all grown up and doing good. So excited.
I know. I was just telling Jen before we started the live, I was like, man, if our 20-year-old selves could see ourselves now.
I had to be like, good job, Chica.
I know. We're like, I'm making vegan burgers. It's so great.
We like to cook, like kebabs was our thing. Did a lot of kebabs, and
that's right.
With grilled vegetables or like just good grilled chicken breasts with different marinades and stuff.
Yeah, we used to make a lot of guacamole.
Because it worked, we learned how to make guacamole.
Yeah, yes, we worked at the cantina. That's right. That tableside guacamole, Jen knows all about that.
But I did make good guacamole. I learned. So
yes,
awesome, cool. Well, tonight you're gonna teach me something new. We're making veggie burgers. I'm excited about all of our yummy ingredients.
I'm excited too, and it should be a disclaimer out there that we have already prepared our mixture of sweet potato, which we have already cooked our sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna get up close and personal with the camera. This is my roasted sweet potato with black beans and onion. And all I did was add a little bit of salt, pepper, olive oil, some granulated garlic, and I think I added a pinch of cayenne or paprika just because I like those flavors together. But really, you can use any spices. The premise of this burger was that Jen has introduced me to some essential oils, and I have been interested in experimenting with cooking with them. So a good accompaniment, which we'll be making later, is going to be this lemon and this rosemary that we're going to incorporate into our mayonnaise. It's like an infused mayo. So really pumped about that. The other thing we have already made is the quinoa. So we're starting off with those ingredients already made. And oh, hi, Susan. Susan's on live. Susan's an awesome lady that I've done some cooking with before. And then we're gonna do, instead of French fries, we're gonna make carrot fries, and we're gonna make a Moroccan style. So,
I'm so excited. I'm a fry freak. Like, I love fries.
Girl, I know. And anyway, like I don't get me wrong, like nothing can replace a potato fry, but like today I made asparagus spears as like a fry, you know, like just, honestly, I'm always just like shove it in my mouth, like whatever. But this was really good. I think you'll like it. And I do want to talk about the other premise behind the video today, besides using the essential oils, which I'm excited about, is that my produce came from my local co-op. So all of the, not all of the produce, but most of the produce that I'm using, like condiments for my burgers, such as this beautiful heirloom tomato. Look at this color. Like my roommate looked at this the other day and was like, what is that? And I was like, dude, that's a tomato. That's a gorgeous heirloom tomato. So that local lettuce, this is a local carrot. This is one of my favorite sweet potatoes that kind of looks like a heart, sort of, or a butt, whatever. But yeah, always looking to use fresh, local, organic ingredients when we can. So since you and I have already prepped our sweet potatoes, and you have your black beans ready and onions and whatnot with your quinoa, we're actually going to move on to our carrot fries, okay?
Quick question, should I have already, okay, my sweet potatoes and onions and stuff don't look like yours. So should I top up my onion and get it in the quinoa?
Is your onion raw or is it cooked yet?
Raw.
I would get the onion.
Okay, it.
Yes, I would get the onion going in the background. And what I would do, Jen, is I chopped all of my stuff. Let me put my hand in here and show you. Susan knows this because she's taking cooking classes with me, but I chop everything to the same size so that it all kind of cooks evenly. Now, I know you already cooked your sweet potato, but I'm sure it won't make a big difference for you to like get a somewhat diced. Yours might be a little bit mushier.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's good, girl, because we're making a burger out of this. So you're just going to be able to freeform the burger, and the potato is going to help like mold it together, if you will.
Okay. Cool.
So,
I'm all about cooking things like chopping the same size. I am a chunky chopper. Just my stuff is real rustic style.
yeah, a great way to chop the onion is like in half and then cut it through the side.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and then you make the onion's getting your eyes, girl. The onion eye. That was an onion eye if I ever saw it. Yeah, it's a little much. Hey, girl, maybe you omit the onion today. I don't know. Maybe.
No, we love it. I mean, it's good. It's good.
Good.
We're good.
Yeah, uniform onions are always good. Uniform everything is always good because it cooks at the same rate. But also, I think there's something to be said about the flavor.
I want to see if my friend Janisha's still on. I think I see Janisha on. If she is, I would love for her to look up real fast for me which oil is good for like onion eyes. Because I guarantee somebody knows.
No, she's still on it. I see a message here that says, "Looks like you guys are having a lot of fun, even when you're not in the same location." Yes, girl, that is key to a successful long-term friendship.
So Victoria's in New Jersey. I'm in Colorado, and we're friends together in San Diego. So I'm pretty grateful for this coming together.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like hanging out with your girlfriend. I'm drinking a little bit of vino too, so I'm like, I got the wine going. We're cooking. I'm like, hey, all it's missing is some like good music. What kind of music?
I had Ella Fitzgerald on earlier, just like in the kitchen.
Yes, girl. I am like a walking jukebox. I'm singing everything from like the Happy Days theme song to Erykah Badu, Wu-Tang. It's all.
Remember karaoke, dude? Like I loved karaoke.
Oh my gosh, I do remember you doing karaoke. You were awesome. Hey Cole, I see you too. Hello. Okay, so Jen, you're sauteing onions, and then I'm going to angle my camera down so y'all can see the way I'm gonna chop. Essentially, I'm just gonna chop the carrot like you would want to eat like spears of French fries, right? Also, I wanted to tell you, Jen, that I cleaned my carrot with my Norwex cloth because I know you're a Norwex junkie like I am.
I love this.
Me too. I use that to clean my carrot.
Vegetables like none other.
Okay, so I'm gonna angle my camera down so you can see my cutting board here. Just a sec. All right, does that look pretty good?
Yeah, totally. Hey, Nicole.
So I always chop off my end, and if you have a hard time, like the carrot is really rolly, you can always make a flat side of it so it doesn't go anywhere, which is kind of cool. But that's just a little food trick tip, so not a have to, but can help it from rolling around. I noticed you have tinier carrots, so you probably don't have that problem. But I feel like
I can still try to sleep, you know?
Yeah, that's good, exactly. So I have a big old fat one, so I'm gonna cut this guy in half and then get some planks out of it here.
One of the things that Victoria and I were really excited to talk about really was like the local food scene and local agriculture. She mentioned she has a co-op box. I know that's really popular in a lot of places, like even in metro areas, you know, farms maybe coordinating that. And then for, you know, in Colorado, there's a lot of local farms with just farm stands that you can just go stop by. So whatever it is, or you can do, you know, a farm share where you pay a certain amount and then you pick up your produce in the spring and help that farmer get through the winter.
Yeah, that's what we do. And I'm so glad that we do it.
Yeah.
This produce is just like the best.
It's just totally different to connect with your food. I've tried growing food, but like, I mean, it's crime here, but anytime you can like grow food or help a farmer, it's just a different connection.
I agree. It's like good for, like, you see my shirt, it's like support local. Shout out to Sunny Street Outreach Program. She's helping the homeless in San Diego. She's my girl. And I love the idea of supporting local agriculture, business, you name it. It's like, especially nowadays, it's like.
Totally. It's so important now, man. Like our food supply is just a really important focus right now. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Or learning to grow things on your own, you know? Love that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. While you're doing that, Jen, I'm just gonna toss my carrots in a bowl.
Okay.
And because we're using, so to make these Moroccan style, we're gonna use some warm spices like you would find in typical Moroccan cuisine, which are, I have actual spices, but for the essential oils, I'll be using ginger, pink pepper. Actually, you know what, girl? We should use black pepper.
On the fries?
Yeah, because pink pepper is more actually, I think, of an Asian.
Did you, yeah. So did you know that pink pepper is actually more closely related to cashews than pepper?
What?
Isn't that crazy?
Weird. All I know is I worked at a really dope restaurant in South Boston, and is it like pink peppercorn, right?
Yeah, I think this is from the peppercorns, not like the flowers. So
it's like a nummy kind of heat.
yeah.
I'm also gonna use ginger, cilantro, and black pepper. I'm not gonna use them now because from what Jen tells me, you're supposed to incorporate the oils after you cook so they don't get diffused in the heat. So for now, when you're done chopping your carrots, Jen, I'm just gonna lightly drizzle it with some olive oil.
Okay.
And salt and pepper. Actually, no, you know what? I'm not gonna use pepper. I'm just gonna use salt.
I'm so excited you're using oils tonight and trying this out. Like I'm so excited to hear your thoughts, like playing with it is different, you know? And so
it is cool. I'm very interested in any way I can enhance flavor in a dish. I'm all about it. So introduce me to this potential form. So now I'm just gonna toss it in the olive oil and the salt, and I'm gonna reuse this bowl again later for the essential oils. Because Jen tells me that when you cook with essential oils, you need to fold them into some type of fat. So we are gonna make a, actually, you know what, that bears a great question. Because for the burgers, I'm gonna do a, I chose veganese, but there must, let's see, what is in here? Oh, canola oil. Okay, perfect, good. And there must have been an oil base for that.
yeah, so like, and so for people who use essential oils and for people who don't use essential oils, it's key, like when we're trying to get them to absorb into something, including like topical use, when we use it in our skin, you combine it with some kind of carrier oil, because that's what actually dilutes that oil so that it can penetrate through the skin. They're aromatics, right? They're aromatic compounds, so they want to get into the air as quickly as possible. So what the oil does is it captures the flavor, the essence of the oil, and then infuses it into the food at the very end. Yeah, so just like in our bodies, like how to get it all absorbed, you need the oil. Same with our food.
I love it. So yeah, I'm so pumped to see how it's gonna taste because it's just gonna bump it up times 1,000. I mean, it's a concentrated oil, so I feel like it's just gonna be amazing flavor. Now I'm going to turn on my frying pan so that I can add these to like a heated frying pan. I'm gonna turn my heat on to like medium. And then I'm gonna let my pan heat up a little bit and then I'll add these to the pan. How you doing over there, Jen?
Good. I just had my onions are going, and I'm almost done chopping the carrots.
Perfect. Take your time. I am in no hurry. I am just sitting here with my, I had already put my potato, black beans, onions, and quinoa in the food processor.
Okay.
Interesting though, because if you look at it, it's kind of like, it almost looks like I didn't do anything to it. Like the quinoa looks about the same.
Yeah.
Size.
So sure, it'll be interesting since I already cooked my potatoes, if it'll be more mushy.
It definitely will, but again, I don't see that as like a bad thing.
Okay.
Really the only thing so these are vegan, so I'm not using an egg to bind them, and they can be gluten-free if you use a gluten-free bun, which is, you know, neither here or there, but there's no breadcrumb binder either.
Okay.
So essentially it's just the I guess the moisture in the bun or in the quinoa and the sweet potato, which is why I say I think it's okay that you have the mushy sweet potato.
Mm-hmm.
I hear my pan getting hot, so I am going to add my carrots.
And did you say what are you using to fry them in, and what temperature do you have it set to? Because I am notorious for like frying things.
I'm using olive oil, and I am using a medium heat, but I'll probably crank the heat. I'm just trying to get like some brown on them, which is why I'm delicately placing them in the pan as so that like they're hitting the skin of the carrot so they can get some browning on the sides. You could even transfer these to the oven once they're in a pan. The reason why I heat up the pan, I learned this on Cooks Illustrated, and I do it every time I make crispy potatoes or anything like that. You heat up the pan, and the minute that the pan or that the food hits the hot pan, it begins to create a crust. So it's already starting the roasting process, and I am such a fan of like a crispy crust area. So
I like crispy crust, like, yeah, I want that crunch too.
Exactly. So yeah, the heated pan with olive oil, and again, I just toss the carrots in olive oil and salt.
Okay, yeah, I'm at that part now, actually. I should do that now. So olive oil and just salt, that's it?
Yep. Just enough to coat. That's perfect. And then just a pinch of salt. And then you have your pans already heated from the onion, right?
Yep.
Perfect. And just give it a nice toss. And then what I would say, Jen, is don't overcrowd the pan with the carrots. And if you're making a lot, see, I only use one carrot, but you're using a lot more.
I'm like, I thought about that earlier, but I'm like, my family eats a bunch and we love leftovers because they're easy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was going to suggest for you, I know we're doing this for the purpose of the live cooking class, but you can also use the baking sheet and just put them on the baking sheet in the oven so that you can do more quantity, you know?
Try that. I think I'm gonna try that.
Good.
How long do you think? At what temperature?
Well, I would cook some in the pan just for the sake of this here project, and I would also do some in the oven at 375.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try some like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Where is my?
Look at you, Mama, multitasking, doing it. Good for you.
My buns. I was telling Victoria I'm very excited to try these buns because I actually baked them.
Oh yeah, Jen went all out and made her own buns today.
They feel pretty like
Dense?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna make some hockey pucks, but we'll see.
It was the effort that counted. I bet it was your first time making them.
Yeah. Now I know where to go from here.
So yeah, just make sure when they're on there that they're not piled. Yep, perfect. That they're not piled on top of each other, because then they just steam. They don't really roast like you want them to. Check on my carrots. I can hear a lot of action going on in the pan, so I'm gonna go see what's going on. I'll move the camera down. All right, so let's see here.
Quick with you. I love this. Life's nice.
Good, yeah. Ultimately, I'm just looking to brown them. I'm not trying to like, I don't want them soft and squishy. Carrots are good because they're not potatoes. You don't have to cook them all the way. You just have to cook them somewhat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying to get some color on them. So that's happening, which is cool.
Janisha just put in the comments that clove takes away the onion eyes.
I saw that. That's awesome.
I just saw that. Ow, ow, ow. Ow.
I don't, oh no, are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
So I can just sniff my On Guard. Is that what you're telling me?
So, and dude, if I get burned, I can just use lavender because I do that.
I have that. Great.
But I want to try that now. I mean, my onion eyes are gone, but next time.
All right, cool. So you have your carrots rocking out, and then we're gonna move on to our.
Ooh, I wonder if you could do like. I wonder if you could do like ribbon fries or something, you know, like by like peeling the carrot, like peeling a long piece of it. If you did like
Oh, totally. Yeah. I watched this guy on Instagram. He's like a no food waste dude, and he does that kind of stuff all the time. And I'm always like fascinated that texturally too. I'm sure that's amazing. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever dehydrated that stuff and then you toss them in essential oil? Because I know when you dehydrate stuff, you can't use oil. It'll make it rancid.
What do you dehydrate? What kind of stuff?
Like, I was just thinking when you said that about the carrots, I bought a dehydrator so that I could make chips, and I suck at it. So
I made like you can do like kale chips and stuff, or you can do like we've done jerky, and I put some of the black pepper oil like in the marinade that the jerky is sitting in.
Cool.
And it's nice because it's a lower temp, right? Like dehydrating is such a low.
Oh, so it doesn't affect it the same way. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like it's
okay.
A little bit more. So
awesome. Okay, cool. All right, I'll have to check that.
Think about though, because I'm gonna be making some Christmas ornaments out of fruit. Like I saw this idea where you cut this lengthwise, a pear or whatever, cut it lengthwise, and then put it in the dehydrator, just and make little ornaments out of it, But I wonder if I can infuse oils in it.
Love it. Awesome.
I'm gonna have to find a use for all these little carrot bits though. Or like a soup or something.
I would probably just throw them in the food processor. You can honestly puree it in a Vitamix with some ginger, your ginger essential oil, if you will, some oil, and make carrot ginger soup. Like even if it's just a personal serving.
Yeah,
I'm all about that. I love no food waste.
It's like I don't know. It's always been in me. Like I can't. Ooh, it's bad. Like we don't have a compost right now, and that one like hurts because we used to have a compost and chickens, and so that's like just throw scraps away.
Yeah.
We try and really limit our waste.
Okay, so you have your sweet potato working, you have your fries going. I would say don't cover the fries, just because we're gonna steam them, and we want to, check your fries. Do you have any tongs you can flip them with? Because mine seem to, on medium heat, in fact, I'm gonna have another look. Let me see. Put the camera down so I can see.
I don't know, you can't really see.
All right, mine are definitely getting some nice roasty situations.
Ah, gross! I dropped it on my computer. No.
You drop on your computer?
My hot oily carrot.
Oh, bummer.
No, we're good.
You have a something tells me you have something to wipe that off with. That's
okay. Yeah, they're okay, so tell me how. Let me see yours. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make mine go a little longer.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the heat down on mine because now they're getting the right color. I don't want to burn them. I just want them to keep cooking a little bit, so I'm going to turn the heat down to soften them up a little bit.
Oh my gosh, so that is so cool. So put it next to your cutting board. Put a drop of clove in oil next to your cutting board. I'm just reading these now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Citrus essential oils. Technically, this is quite a. Can't see that right now. There we go. Whoa, Janisha, thank you for typing all that.
Yeah.
Thank you for typing.
I copied and pasted that from the website.
Yeah, probably. I hope so. Okay, that's amazing. Awesome. Flaxseed egg as a binder. Yeah, or flaxseed. I think I haven't used that one yet.
A great option, especially any way you can incorporate. Like the older I get, the more I'm always looking for omega, like she said, omega-3s.
Yeah.
And fiber. I think that's a great idea. I would never deter anybody from using that as like a pseudo egg. This recipe, I've been making these burgers for probably like 7 years now. And what I used to do is I used to take canned chickpeas with the quinoa, and then I would infuse it with whatever flavor I wanted. So if I was doing a Mexican one, I would do cumin, and I would add like cilantro, tomato. If I wanted to do like my version of an Italian themed or a Mediterranean one, I would do like chopped up olives with feta and stuff like that. So also I would add an egg. I would typically add an egg, but for whatever reason, I was just doing these vegan style. I'm not a vegan by any stretch, but I have been interested in cooking more vegan style. So thank you for recommending the flaxseed, because I always forget that as a binder. Actually, girl, you know what I just made? I want to show you what I made last night, because I've never made this before. Have you heard of Irish sea moss?
I think on that like Denmark foodie show, like super fancy.
So I had a craving for like Nutella, but not unhealthy. So I made my own like Nutella butter with like roasted what are they, hazelnuts, and I used cocoa butter. I made my own chocolate from like cocoa powder, and essentially I used the Irish sea moss and I blended it with some coconut milk, and then I made this like really pretty vegan tart. I haven't taken it out of its shell, but then like the tart crust itself has like dates and more hazelnuts and gluten-free oats. Yeah, it smells really good. In fact, I think while you're busy, I think I'm just gonna cut into it right here, right now.
Oh my gosh,
yeah. I'm curious. I made it a few days ago, or yesterday. Maybe it was the day before yesterday.
You should have your studio audience try a bite. That seems like so fancy. That's so cool.
Yeah, I was trying to do something to make more content, so I made like a video, but oh, it came out so beautiful. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, Victoria.
Okay, so here's the thing though. This definitely has Irish sea moss in it.
Right, so it's gonna taste like green, salty.
I know this because I put like a tablespoon of this Irish sea moss, and I think you're only supposed to use like a little bit. But so I just kept adding more of the hazelnut chocolate spread to it and like maple syrup.
Well, that could never be bad, right?
What?
I said that could never be bad, right? Hi.
Hi.
See?
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. I like it, but I want more chocolate.
What if you made like a what if you made a little chocolate, like, or just like a ganache or like
on top
like that, and put a drop of wild orange essential oil in it or something, so it's like, and
I love how you always go crazy with like different flavor profiles. I think
that's like pretty accurate.
I actually tried it, so it's healthy. It's a vegan. It's made with like Irish sea moss and like roasted hazelnuts and cocoa powder with like maple syrup and stuff. So I think for having all those like super healthy ingredients, it's actually
Yeah, I thought it'd be, I need more water before I eat food, but I thought it'd be like hard, but it's nice. It's like a mousse or something.
that's why I did it. I wanted like a chocolate mousse.
Yeah.
That's what like the Irish sea moss does.
But what did it turn into? Is it like a mousse? What's the texture?
Yeah, it's moussey. Like
The top part is moussey and then it's that crunchy.
yeah, so it's very soft and creamy. Yeah. And then I have the crunchy bottom.
Yum. And that's all chocolatey? That's the hazelnut chocolate?
No, the filling is the hazelnut chocolate filling with the Irish sea moss.
Yeah.
And then the bottom is like crunchy, crispy dates with hazelnuts and what else did I put in here?
Oh my gosh,
I
yummy.
did put some gluten-free oats, and I was so close to using butter because I've been really enjoying using brown butter in my tarts, but I was like, no, girl, keep it vegan. I just felt like I was gonna do it, like do it to it, you know?
Like butter is pretty much, I feel like one of the only things, or cream, but it's like with the burgers and things like this, it's vegan doesn't have to be like hard or weird or anything. It's like pretty easy sometimes to just throw together burgers, you know, like or
Girl, if a vegan was eating this, they would be over the moon just because the texture, honestly, girl, the first time I made this burger, I put avocado on it with like, oh, you know, it was my cheeseburger. I love this vegan cheese so much. I always rave about it. My friend in Tabasco, actually, she made me like a mushroom lasagna with like walnuts and stuff, and she raved about this cheese, this Miyoko. It's a cashew miso cheese, and this particular flavor is smoked English farmhouse. Girl, there are no words because that's all I have to say. Is like nothing. Like it is so good that you would not miss cheese if I had to clip out cheese.
really,
Like as I had to, I would never do. I would never willingly clip
I
out
was gonna
cheese.
say, I remember you having me ghost cheese at our house, and it wasn't the same as
Girl, it's good. It's good. Like if I like, for instance, my man's lactose intolerant, you know, so if he's really craving, like that doesn't stop him from eating cheese either, unfortunately. But anyways, I just think with the vegan burger, like this is all the rage. So
awesome.
that's that. And there is a vegan tart unexpectedly. So Jen, where are you at in this cooking process? You have beans, you have sweet potatoes, you have quinoa up in there?
I just put quinoa, sweet potatoes, beans, onions in here.
Awesome. I would just lightly season it with salt and pepper. And you're welcome to use grated garlic. Yeah, that's the garlic I use too.
Are we doing any of that stuff in the burger?
It's up to you, girl. I would try to stick with something when I think of lemon and rosemary together. I would try to keep it like with life, but I mean,
it's a little bit of garlic, but I forgot that you're
on. Do whatever you want. Wow, that's pretty good. I'm still shook on this little vegan tart thing. Now I just got to think of ways to enhance it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was actually on the phone and eating the Ghirardelli chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
you're good.
Yeah.
She's like, actually, compares to
I don't know if it's Tanisha hanging out or Susan, but whoever's watching, I'd love to know what you're eating for dinner. That'd be cool to hang out. So thanks for hanging out. Okay, and then just give this a little pulse in the food processor.
Yes, bring it together. Just bring it together. This is good though. I think that was a keeper. Dude, like, just to know that there's satisfying. Well, you know, the other thing that happens when you eat like whole foods and you're not eating a bunch of processed crap is it's very satisfying to the body. And like, I noticed when I was eating processed sugar, like it's like a drug, you know, your body craves it. And it's like, oh, there's an alternative where you can still eat sweets, but have it be delicious and not be, you know, like I feel like the way that maple syrup interacts with this body instead of refined sugar is something different, you know. How you doing over there, Jen?
I just need to give it a little mix.
Cool.
help it along a little bit.
I should have gave you ratios to mix that up. I probably would have used. Oh, you're making batches though. She's like, look at you. That means you're doing it right, girl.
Is it my hair? Yeah, we're there.
She's working it. I still can't believe you made your own buns, girl.
Dude, I wish you could
I
try
don't
it.
even care if they came out like hockey pucks. I'm like so impressed. All right, I'm gonna give my
Like,
carrots the last look to here.
I'm definitely mushier than yours.
Yeah, that's okay because it'll come together really nice. So you're good. All right, and I just flipped my carrots. Actually, you know what? I'm not.
Oh, my carrot. Yeah.
Oh, your carrots.
Hey, if you were will you I wanted to help like tell everyone about Soul Child and these classes that you do. Like we're kind of doing a little demo tonight of these virtual cooking classes, which I love that you're hanging out with me and like teaching me this recipe. That's so fun. But tell everyone about your virtual cooking classes that you do now.
Yeah, essentially what I do is people contact me and they say, hey, we want to do a cooking class, and I send them a questionnaire that asks them what their likes and dislikes are, any food allergies or preferences they may have, and we customize a menu based on that. The last one I did was really sweet. It was this gentleman who was cooking for his wife, and he is like, Vicki, I am not a chef by any stretch. And I was like, no worries. Like, I was thinking, girl, he was going to want to do something very basic, and he blew me away. He wanted to do Vietnamese spring rolls with, we did like chicken lettuce wraps, and we made a cocktail. So it can be like,
that's
too.
cool.
Yeah. And he did an amazing job. And so basically, I'm always trying to use people's range of cooking, like how experienced or inexperienced they are. But I modify the entire class for the person. So not only do we modify the menu, but the skill set. So I thought that was great that he actually didn't choose something basic and he went outside of his comfort zone. And what she said, she loved the food, and she was just like thoroughly impressed her husband was in the kitchen cooking. Yeah. And I mean, have you ever seen a man like learn a new skill? Like, not to sound sexist or mean or anything like that, but like, he was like, oh my God, Vicki, this is the best thing I've ever made. And I was just like, you rocked it, dude. Like, I don't know. It was just really cool. So depending, and then you can have families. I've done cooking classes with people, which especially during the pandemic, like it's been really nice. I've had families from like Oregon to Texas and New Jersey get together. I shoot them a link so we're all able to meet like we would on Zoom. And then there's families in different areas of the country cooking the same meal together. They're like showing each other what they've made, and like, so beautiful. So that's what I do. I teach remotely here in New Jersey and virtually online. And I love doing things like this with you too, Jen. This is so cool. Like, I don't know. I love any opportunity. Any opportunity I can get to cook with people is amazing.
Yeah.
You can ask Stacy. Stacy was my roommate for many years in San Francisco.
I had the luxury of eating her delicious food all the time. And learning how to make amazing pesto.
Oh yeah, the pesto.
I've heard about the pesto. I've heard
I'm gonna start slinging it to you, and I'm gonna send you some. I was just looking at ball jars to backroom seal it and stuff, so I'm getting that all underway shortly.
I was just thinking too when you were saying like you connected families who are in different states together. I'm like, oh, that could be a good holiday gift or something to like.
I think it would be so good. Like no one needs more stuff. Like connection.
That's what. So I'm in a business networking group, and I tell people that all the time because me personally, like, I don't want stuff. I want experiences, you know? And I think, dare I say, we as millennials, like, I can't, even though I can't believe I fall, she's like, not.
Like, are we like, we're like this? We're like borderline.
All I'm trying to say is we're of the mentality that, like, experiences versus materials are, like, valued.
Totally.
Not for any other generation, but
like I think the more we can move away from just like the consumerism lifestyle, like, and I think that you're right, like the millennials like kind of done with that.
Well, I got an email the other day of a cooking class I did months ago, and it was a lady who was like, we're still talking about the cooking class we did with you and how much fun it was. It was a woman and it was like 4 generations of women, her daughter, her grandmother, her Maybe it's only 3 generations. Is that 3, 4? I don't know. It was a lot of different generations of women together making food, and they loved it. So she's like, we still talk about it. Like once in a while, we'll be like, man, remember that amazing meal we made like together? I don't know. So I just love stuff like that. I've always just loved cooking with people. You know, I've always loved cooking, so it's fun to be able to like make stuff together. Yeah.
I think Stacey's right. Like, I think it's a really good holiday gift idea for sure. Like,
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely unforgettable. Like,
so fun.
I don't know. I feel so blessed that I have this personality. It engages really well with all people of all ages and all backgrounds. And we just end up like laughing and like having a great time. And the food is, I love when people eat something that they made that I'm just like instructing them and they're like
I can make this.
Yeah. And then I'm like, good for you. You rock.
These are really good.
I don't know if Susan. Oh, yeah, and you're just starting on the fries too, girl. Wait till we get to the seasoning. Susan, who I don't know if she's still with us, but we cooked a few times together too. We made cauliflower pizza, and we also made fish tacos. And she also like, you know, I need help cooking. And now her daughter like requests this meal like all the time that we make.
Nice.
That's amazing. Like,
fantastic.
So beautiful.
Should we fry this? Should we make
so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna point this down. We have our mixture here. Now my hands are kind of small, but this is, I just gauge it like I put a little in my palm, and it also depends on the type of burger you like. I would not do one that's like incredibly thick, but I grab 2 palmfuls and then I put them together to form a ball, and I really tightly press it because again, it's basically all the moisture in this burger and the little bit of olive oil that you use when you were cooking is what's holding it together. Again, this is where a flaxseed would have been a good binder. And you could definitely throw an egg in here or breadcrumbs, whatever. But I just find this to be the most simple, straightforward kind of way. And then I just start forming it into like a patty. Mine are relatively thin, I guess on the thinner side, because I like more surface space to get more crispy. So that's possible. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's all bound together. And then once I have my patties formed, I'll make a few more here. Once I have my patties formed, I'm just gonna brown them in a pan with a little bit of olive oil, and that's gonna create like a crispy crust on the outside, which is like part of what's really satisfying about this so-called burger, which is really not a burger, but
protein. Like there's a lot of protein here.
What's that?
But it's for sure full of protein and stuff. Like this is a hearty burger.
It really is. And girl, like if you have any avocado lying around too, I keep going back to that because the bite that I had, when I first made mine, I put that Miyoko's cheese, avocado, pickles. Like I made it into like my ideal burger, you know?
I'm gonna have to look in the fridge and see if I can upgrade.
My boyfriend calls me the audible eater because I'm always like, and I could not like stop eating it. I was just literally like, this literally hit every, you know, and I've definitely been eating more meat than I normally do over the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I get away from that habit. And for me, if I'm satisfied eating something that's plant-based, like, then I'm going to do it, you know?
Well, like, and for anyone, like even, you know, thinking about just like meatless Mondays, right? Like just one day a week is like so good. It's good for your health and it's great for the environment and like so many benefits.
Oh, absolutely. And not for nothing, this was so inexpensive. Like,
it cost me like $5.
Yeah, exactly. To feed your family, like if that was roast beef, it would have been, or not roast beef, but ground beef, it would have been more expensive. And you're not guaranteed the quality of the meat. So
a couple years ago, we were like really hurting financially. And like, so I was like, we're vegan because like meat and cheese is expensive, dude. You know?
Dude, it is expensive. And like when you buy these ingredients in bulk, like I got this quinoa from Costco and like a huge bag of quinoa at Costco is like not expensive at all. And then if you buy dried beans, especially, a little bit more expensive, but dried beans.
Those are like easy, like for starting a garden and stuff. Dude, you can just pull your beans from the bag and just put them, they're super friendly. You know, like for every 1 bean you plant, you can probably get 5 beans out of it.
Really? That's dope. I don't know enough about cooking like that, or cooking, I'm sorry, gardening like that?
So after I left San Diego, Vicky, like you know who I was in San Diego.
Oh yeah, girl, how could I forget?
The job that I got was being a permaculture teacher, which is all about organic gardening and sustainability.
Wow.
And I walked into this job where I was given the school garden and chickens and a bunny, and I was terrified. But I learned so much, and like still figuring it out. But
Yeah. It's awesome, dude, to incorporate those skills, especially like where you live in Colorado. I'm sure.
Oh, now it's all coming back. Yeah.
Well, I would consider doing some like indoor stuff too. Like, have you ever heard of Aggressively Organic?
Done what?
It's a business called Aggressively Organic, and they're an indoor grow, and you use lights. We bought a kit a few years ago, and it's cool because the lights essentially grow the herbs or vegetables or whatever, and you do it in your house. But like, it's called Aggressively Organic because the rate at which the food is growing is like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna say obscene, but that doesn't feel right. it's obscene how fast.
Super fast. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been thinking about that for well, just like windowsills, like just herb garden or whatever. But we have space in our basement, and it's like, oh man, it'd be so cool.
Girl, if you have space anywhere, do it.
I mean, we were trying to. I was trying to keep our garden alive, and part of it is, I made some hoops on our garden outside, but it snows a lot here. Like,
yeah, girl, that's why I think indoor would be great for you.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna quickly switch gears. I don't know what your carrots are doing. They're probably done, but I'm gonna use the same pan I did my carrots in, and I'm just gonna migrate these to the bowl and get them ready to be tossed in some delicious essential oils. And I'm gonna put some oil on my pan, and then I'm gonna let the oil heat up, and then I'm gonna put the burgers in there to brown.
Put my burgers in, or I'm doing it now.
Cool. So again, I have the pan on medium-high heat. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Look, she has her burgers already good. That's awesome. That's perfect, Jen. So just get a spatula close by.
Yeah.
It's only going to take about 3 minutes on either side.
Okay.
To get what you're looking for. So, and then we have our carrots here. These are good. They're still like not cooked all the way through, but they have like a nice roasted skin. That's good because I'm getting the satisfying crunch, not from them being fried because they're carrots.
Oh yeah.
That is nice.
I love the crispy little black parts.
Yeah.
So should I be tossing those?
Yeah, so maybe this is where you can kind of chime in with your knowledge about.
Well, like I would just take. Yeah, you still have the same bowl too, right? That we tossed in with just olive oil.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna just put them back in there.
Yep.
Actually, no, not. Well, yeah, yours are in there.
Oh, were you talking about putting the oils in first?
Yeah, but it'll be fine. What are we using? Which oil flavors again?
So I'm going to use a little bit of the black pepper.
Okay. Just the black pepper on the fries?
No, I'm going to use black pepper, cilantro, and ginger. And I'm also going to throw in a little bit of cumin, coriander, cinnamon, and turmeric.
Woo, I'm excited. These are going to be so yummy.
You know what, Jen? I'm thinking right now, I'm wondering how the uncooked spices are going to go on. Like, because normally I think I should have tossed my spices, not the essential oils, with my carrots. Does that make sense?
I think it's going to be yummy to toss it with the essential oils and the little bit of olive oil that's in there, and then toss on the spices.
Okay, I'm going to take your word for it. Let's do it.
We'll try it. Yeah. I'm gonna cheat right now though, and I'm gonna microwave these for a second.
You're gonna microwave them? Okay, cool.
I just want them like a little warmed up first.
All right,
But
awesome.
for the oils, so the toothpick technique is very popular with essential oils because they are so potent. So, you know, they're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So if you think about
70?
50 to 70.
Okay.
So if you think about how much herbs you would use, you want a very small amount of the oil. Sorry, let me get this.
Okay, so the toothpick is actually perfect. Now, how do you get from it to the toothpick to the...
So this would be, so it's crazy how quickly they actually like into your stomach. So we'll do like black pepper. So I'm just gonna dip my toothpick into top right there. And I'm just gonna put, what am I gonna do? I'll do, you know what I'm gonna do? What would be great is honestly, if you have a little mixing thing.
You want me to get a little mixing bowl?
Yeah, like one of those tiny little, where's mine? Here we go. Like a teeny tiny little, I mean, that's what I'm using.
Let me grab one real quick. I'll be right back.
I think that this will probably be a little easier.
I am going to flip my burgers because I can kind of smell
Mine are kind of.
Yeah, just give them a peek to see if they're browning.
We're going to give them some more, and I'm going to take off the lid.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Perfect. Let me show you my burgers and the color I'm looking for.
Those look so good.
Yes, that's the crust that I want. And I'm going to actually heat down a smidge. And I'm going to put a little bit more oil in the pan just to kind of help me pull them up so they don't stick. This is a non-stick pan, but...
Oh, that helps them with the crispy for sure.
And I have my little bowl here. I'm actually just gonna go crazy and
do the drop method.
I don't know about this toothpick thing. I'm gonna just try balling it.
Do it. I totally just broke a whole burger all over.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
We're doing good. But no, that's what I would do, right? So like the toothpick thing is the road of caution.
Right.
Slightly infuse them. I do more, and I think you could probably handle it too. And honestly, since it's a hot food, like you could just cook it a little bit longer and like tone down.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Like maybe toss it in the pan that the burgers were in.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I don't know. So drop a black pepper.
Okay. Drop a black pepper.
The cilantro is one to definitely just toothpick though. Honestly, that one is so strong.
Okay. So essentially mix the cilantro in with the end of the toothpick.
Yeah. So we'll just like dip it into the bottle.
That smells amazing. I would even put some fresh.
Oh yeah.
To mimic that. Okay, so I have it on the end.
It's really nice to like do oils and fresh. Like it just.
Like, yeah. I see that.
Okay, ginger is. I love ginger. Like I'll just put a drop in my coffee, so I can handle a whole drop in.
You said you put a drop of ginger in your coffee?
Yeah, she does a really good chai coffee with all these.
Just make your own creamer kind of flavors, like whatever base you want for your cream, and then like I'll do the cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, and turmeric. I like it.
All that. That smells really good.
Yeah.
Like the cilantro and the ginger. You can definitely smell the ginger and the pepper.
Oh my gosh, the ginger smells so really good.
It does. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so you're saying toss it. Oh, you're doing, are you done boiling? Can I toss it in here now?
Just because I'm going to be adventurous. I'm going to do the pink pepper also.
Cool.
And
Okay.
then, yeah, like, so now that this is all kind of mixed in, now that's the blend already. And I would just go whoop and just pour that over my fries and get my little palm.
I want you to know, I don't know what's going on with your burger. I know one fell apart, but I am turning the heat on low on my burger.
I turned mine up to make it like more
crispy. Okay. You know your oven. That's a tricky part. You know your oven better.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just sprinkled some cumin in mine and I can smell it with ginger.
Hey, that's so good.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
now I'm gonna put some
do a lot more though, because I have all my other fries in the.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have a bunch of fries going on.
Right.
Loud noise. And some turmeric and some cinnamon and coriander. Now I'm tossing it.
Oh, these are good.
Exciting. It smells really good. Now I got all the warm spices going on. You know what else would be phenomenal with these fries? A drizzle of honey.
Yes. I have some local wildflower honey from the
Same.
Is that in there? Support our allergies and our immune system by eating French fries. This is my favorite thing ever.
Yes.
All right. I just tasted one and it tastes really good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay, let me do, and then cumin, cinnamon, turmeric.
Yeah.
Oh, I did way too much.
It's subtle.
I hope I didn't mess that up.
Good.
It's like subtle but full of
Flavor.
Flavor
That's so weird. I've never experienced that. Like I'm such an aggressive.
Take a bite also, and then like breathe out through your nose. Like that, always enhances flavors anyway, but it's definitely.
That's awesome, man.
Hey, I'm so glad you like that. I like this collaborative
cooking.
And then cinnamon. Oh, I'm excited about that. Dude, what a good idea. Oh my gosh, those are craveable. Like I haven't even eaten it yet, but the smell is so good. Woo, I burned them.
You know what's funny, Jen? You asked me originally to talk about like mindful cooking.
I was just gonna talk about that. Like, could you tell us a little bit about how you talk about meditative cooking? Because that was.
Yeah, well, I think you're kind of like walking the walk in your own way. I have a meditation practice that I use, but I can only say that if for anybody or anyone and everyone who has like a practice that either if it's using an app on their phone or like I moved to New Jersey so I can be supported in my meditation practice, whatever it is, whatever floats your boat, it's always now. Like you don't have to wait to channel that. It's just here right now. And it's happening in the burnt burgers, happening in, your smile and meeting with friends who you haven't seen in a while, or when you're pissed off and angry. It's all. So what I really say about mindful cooking is that everything that's supposed to be happening is happening, for a reason. And I used to be really tight about things needing to be a very specific way. And I'd be lying if I said that's totally gone. It's totally not all the way gone. But at the same time, I just welcome and invite whatever. And to be present while you're cooking, like you're kind of having you're more present in the conversation. I mean, you're also cooking and that's great, but we're vibing on this moment with each other. This is the exchange we're having and it's not about. And to me, that's so much more important than a perfectly crispy burger. Because like it's so.
I'm to be a culinary master right now. I'm like, it's so much more than that. Like.
Well, also it's fun. Like, look at your beautiful smile. Like, we're having such a good time together. I really cherish this moment with you, and I don't care if things get messy or whatever. Like, this is it. So when people talk about mindful cooking, I think they're missing it when the expectation is different than what's actually happening. Like if you were to just completely focus on the fact that the burger was burnt, you're missing it. You're missing the opportunity
Right.
to be, you know, present with whatever is. And I just really enjoy your candid like expressions and the way that you're moving in the kitchen, because to me that evokes mindful cooking. And a lot of work went into this mentality. Like it wasn't always like this, you know, like I don't know if any of the times I've had. It's definitely a growing process, and I would just always advocate for people who have a practice to use it now, like use it now and now, you know, like
and now I like that. And now
that's just it, man. You just have to be very, especially now, like you have to be extremely diligent about your practice. There's no time to slack on your mental health and your wellness, you know, like
very much that. And now, and because
that's it, you know, like it's really about, because there's a tendency to get very, you know, conversationalist about what's wrong, especially. So easy to go down that rabbit hole than it is to just bring it right back. So I'm really lucky I have a practice based on praise, gratitude, and love, and I don't have to feel that way to think it. I just think it, and then it's so. So in frustration or anger or happiness and joy, like it's all one neutral meeting place that is like essentially the thread that's me, you, Stacy, all of us, your children, your parents, my parents, our neighbors, the people we hate and like equally. It's the one tapestry of life that's connecting us, and it's just so profound what happens when your attention, I'll call it love, I'll call it unconditional love, and Stacey knows I always advocate for that because it's the only thing that's really true, and it's just infusing that into every moment, and not in like a superficial way, you know, but like
no, it takes, like you said, it takes diligence and practice to like all seeing that and tuning into that. I don't think it's how we're naturally like programmed, you know, or we are, but we get so far away from it that
yeah,
I feel like society or culture, like even if maybe we're naturally programmed that way, but then society shapes us differently and moves us away.
Well, we are a very entitled culture, and we are a very, I said, dare I say, millennials, because like there is a very like, give it to me now, here now, like it should be like this, and that's just not true. So thank you for sharing this moment with me and Chrissy and making this delicious food and opportunity to talk about local produce and mindful cooking, whatever that looks like. I love it. So thank you.
well, the mindfulness, I mean, it does go back to that like the local produce and stuff, because it feels special. Like when I'm using my farm ingredients or something from my garden, like that dish just got sentimental. Like sometimes, you know, like it's all about.
Well, the fact that your consciousness is there is really interesting too, because for the person who doesn't have access to the fresh farm local ingredients, it's true for them too. But it's always beautiful whenever anyone, wherever they are, whatever type of produce they can get. I mean, I work with formerly homeless people. Oh, thank you, Susan. I worked with formerly homeless people, and they didn't have any way to keep their food like fresh. They didn't have a microwave, or they didn't have a refrigerator, and they were so gracious for the opportunity to learn how to cook healthy food, you know, and used to spending their money at Burger King.
Right.
McDonald's, you know, so the fact that someone came in and was like, we can actually make a 3-bean salad or whatever, like San Francisco was doing something cool where they were allowing people to use their EBT cards at the farmers market, which I thought was amazing. But you know,
like something that you can easily take for granted. I mean, I've definitely made the mistake and shown my privilege, like in trying to help people. Like one time, several years back, like when Dom was just a tiny baby, there was like a tent city going on in downtown Albuquerque. And so I had $50 and I went to Wendy's and I got like a mix of cheeseburgers and then some salads. I got some of like the, you know, value meal salads, thinking, oh, it's probably been a while since they had some fresh food. I'm sure that they would probably appreciate. And they were like, you lady, what is this? Dude, I want a burger. Who wants a salad right now? And it's true. I mean, what's the calorie difference?
sustenance, yeah.
Do you want a hot cheeseburger when you're on the street, or do you want a salad? Like, And I was super jet.
Yeah, I had a similar occasion. And what's interesting about what you're saying right now that comes from me, and we talk about this when we teach people meditation. There's this idea of compassion that's kind of like, I didn't realize my idea of compassion was kind of like, oh, pity for like, oh, and I don't know what that person needs. Like, I don't know. It's not up to me. I was getting empathy, sympathy, and compassion all contorted, and I don't know what people need. I'm finding out more so than ever, and Stacey's been a great teacher for me in this way. Some people just need someone to listen to them,
Yeah.
and not spout off advice that wasn't asked for, which as a girlfriend, is like hard to do sometimes, but like, not really. I mean, essentially, it's actually a lot easier just to like be present with someone and listen to them and have like an open heart and a cheeseburger for Wendy's.
Holding space for someone and letting them feel like it's okay to open up. It's okay to share something with someone. Like, it's big. And I know so many I talk to a lot of women, right? Like, we have one-on-one conversations a lot. And I feel like so much of us come with the same stuff. Not exactly the same, but like the same themes tend to come up for a lot of us. So it's really nice when you do hold space for someone, if you're able to do that, just to feel it all shift. And at the end of that conversation, like, connect and let them know it's okay. Like, it's okay.
Everything's okay, dude. It's all welcome here. Like, no one's trying to fix you. No one's trying to. It's okay. It's okay to burn the burger. It's all coming back to the burger.
I love metaphors like that.
All right. I know that you're working on your burgers. I want to talk about this aioli that we're going to make, because I'm going to get ready to assemble my little burger here. So I use Veganase, which has canola oil, so that's the fat, and we're going to incorporate some rosemary and lemon into it. I know that you were telling me about the toothpick method, but now I feel a little bit more comfortable just adding a splash.
This can totally have just like a full drop.
Okay, cool. I saw 2 sneak in there.
Of the rosemary or the lemon?
Lemon.
Okay, good. Just make one of the rosemary, because that one is way stronger.
Okay, 1 rosemary, 2 lemon, and then we mix. All right, I'm gonna have to stick my pinky in here because I want to try it. Stacey, try this.
Yeah.
I definitely get the lemon. I might add more rosemary. Tell me what you think.
And then we'll just say mayo on its own.
Well, Veganase is so good. I know. Do you taste the rosemary?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I get rosemary too.
Yeah.
That's really good, Jen. This is awesome.
Is
I might be
good.
making like infused mayos from here on out. Like, maybe.
It's things like this, like mayonnaise or salad dressing or yogurt or sour cream or hummus. Like, super easy. A drop of basil and hummus, or it's super good.
I feel it's so like mayo just went from being mayo to being fancy.
Yeah.
You can put a drop on vanilla ice cream too, and that goes from like vanilla to like something.
Oh, hey, speaking of that, is there a bergamot essential oil?
Yes, and it's super good on ice cream. And
dude, because me and Stacey were just reminiscing about some bougie ice cream we had in San Francisco one day, and she was talking about how the mint. Ooh, I bet the mint essential oil would be really good in there too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm slicing up my tomato here, and I'm gonna slather this bun with a generous helping of this Veganase. Oh yeah. These burgers aren't dry at all, but I just love mayonnaise. I know people hate mayonnaise, but man, if people hate mayonnaise, they should try Veganase. Someone told me about it who wasn't even vegan, and they were just like, dude, it has so much more flavor. And I like Kewpie mayo, which is the Japanese mayo I usually use, but
I don't think any good topping. I have the I got microgreens.
Yes, microgreens.
I love the
When
farm
you-
too today was just like, it's the cutest little place. I just love them.
Oh, it was. I saw the picture you posted. Adorable.
They didn't have the sweet potatoes there. And so it was still nice to like talk to her and be like, do you know anyone who's still open? You know, because it's the changing of the season. So
Yeah.
it's really limited who's open. But it was great
Oh,
to talk
right.
to her, and we both just went to support the farmers. You know, it's like, before I go to King Soopers, you know, anyone who might have sweet potatoes, I'll drive a couple extra miles. It's like
Nice.
nice. It's another connection, right? Like I got to meet a new friend.
Yay. This is my farm box 2 weeks ago, dude, and it still looks amazing. It's red leaf lettuce. I was going to use arugula, but I was like, man, this is like still decent lettuce. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
It's fresh longer, I think.
weeks ago, yeah. So I got my lettuce down. I think I'm going to plop a burger right on top of that. And I am actually going to season my tomatoes.
Oh, my bread.
How'd it go?
I kind of just want to like eat one, you know? To
You
try.
should, absolutely. We encourage that. You know what? I'm going to stick another leaf on top here because I like it extra crunchy.
Oh my gosh, I'm really excited about these. These actually only took, they were like a quick rise thing. And so they only took like 20 minutes of prep. And then
Nice. That's wow.
So, and then local wheat. They're yummy. They totally work.
Oh, good. Good for you, girl. That's awesome. All right. Got my super duper delicious carrot. Let me get a little plate here. Monster burger.
I'm just gonna make a pretty plate for the ending of it.
Yeah, make a pretty plate. It also occurs to me that the Moroccan fries would taste really good in that veganese rosemary.
Oh yeah, just dipping.
I just did. It's phenomenal.
I'm sure. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Great. Oh, you have to do that.
Hey, this is so fun, Victoria. I want to do this with you like all the time.
I know, we should. I'm telling you, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna put some
Last
rise.
thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna garnish, or maybe I'm not. Oh yeah, I got a couple. Got a couple cilantro leaves that are hanging in for their dear life. And I'm just gonna add some more green to my plate. These guys, some fresh.
Oh my gosh, we are so fancy. Our 20-year-old
Ew.
is so proud of us.
I know. Our 20-year-old selves would be like,
We were like 22. Like,
yeah, we're okay. We're at least like 22. We are definitely of age to go into bars. I am also gonna drizzle some of that honey I was telling you about.
ooh, on the fries, huh?
Just a little.
I don't want to use my fancy.
It also, I feel like on the French fries brag to be good, but it might kind of dissipate essential oil, so maybe not. Oh, burger's slipping away.
That looks so good. What a pretty plate.
I know. I've been working on my plate game. It's definitely not like.
Dude, look at this. This is my second time in my life ever using this.
The honeycomb thing.
I've never used it.
That's
I
awesome.
don't know if I'm doing it right.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It just seems like so, like I'm so sparing, you know, like I don't want to dunk the whole thing in there.
No, but you know what would be good in there too, girl? A little bit of lemon to brighten it.
In the carrots?
Yeah. So Moroccan flavors use like a lot of fresh citrus and like warm herbs. Yeah, or spices rather. She's getting down on her honeycomb. I love it.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna.
Awesome. Stacey, do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Will you take a beautiful picture of it?
Yeah,
and send it
I
to
will.
me? My boyfriend Glenn used his iPhone, and now like all my pictures are kind of like subpar.
Yeah, wait, whatever, just keep it where it is for a minute. And I'm gonna do one with your, ooh, and with Soul Child in the back.
Yeah.
Look this side. Now look at your plate. That's the winner.
Oh, that is a winner. Dang, she got a good one.
See if I can. There's our lovely Vicky.
I love it. Yes.
I'm giving it the side eye.
Yeah.
Look what I got.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, you take a picture of that.
Yeah.
Aww, so cute.
Love it.
I love it. Yay. Cheers.
All right, you gotta taste test it. Now we gotta dive in here.
I love food, by the way.
Oh,
Me too. Ooh, Jen. Yes. Just watching you eat that looks so good. Stacey, you're welcome to have a bite. I know you just ate, but
bite sounds amazing.
yeah, here you go.
It's like really good and satisfying.
Yes, I know, right? It's so like dense.
Mm. But like mine's like a little chewy, so you know, like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And then I want to try it. I want to dip a fry.
Mm-hmm.
Fry.
Really good.
So good. Pizzazz.
So many flavors. I love it.
These burgers, man.
I feel like the cinnamon kind of like tied it all together though. Like the cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in love with the aioli. And when
The rosemary lemon aioli is really
when you
right.
just like try mayo like on its own, and like I like mayo in sandwiches. But I was a little grossed out. Like I'll do this for the camera, but just eating mayo on its own, I don't know. But good.
the fries are good.
I'm gonna add a little bit more rosemary and lemon too.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So good. Killer.
I can't wait to hear what you come up with, you know, as you start playing, because now it's like me, and you can just put a drop in, you know, like you know, fine. It's so easy, like it's so easy. Just like whipped cream is suddenly super fancy, and like everything leveled up.
You do the chai creamer.
Mm-hmm. You can do it. You can do it dairy free too, just like coconut oil or coconut cream.
That'd be good.
And almond milk.
Mm.
I've been adding it to my straight stuff though.
I'm so happy, girl. Thank you. I'm like talking with my mouth full. I can't even hide it. This is amazing. Thank you so much for.
Thank you so much for hanging out and cooking dinner with me.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
Great to meet.
So I just made a big mess. So this is good.
Go ahead and tell her. She didn't hear.
Oh, great to meet you, Jen.
It was so good to meet you, Stacey. I'm gonna ask later, but because I feel like I've met you before, but we'll talk about it off camera.
In San Francisco.
There's
Oh,
something.
maybe she has that soul. When I was talking about that thread, girl, she beams it from her heart, like to your face.
Yeah, like so that's like anyway, we'll figure that out.
No, I was thinking like Jennifer Sandoval. This sounds familiar. So
No, yeah.
names, not to sound too mysterious, but I've had a few names. So
all right.
I
like it.
But thank you so much, Victoria.
You're welcome, girl. That was so much fun. Thank you.
It was awesome. So so livewell-livefree.com is my website.
Mm-hmm.
And there you're gonna actually see Victoria on my website. She's all connected there. It'll get a little better, but she's on my website too. But then soulchild.life.
Yep, that's my website, www.soulchild.life.
Virtual cooking classes. I saw on your website you have all the info there.
I do, but if you have any questions, call me. You can email each other, whatever's clever. Like, I want to be in touch with people. I want to make amazing food with people. And
Yeah. Yes. And on our same like theme, like, so live well, live free. If you guys know anyone, or you are that person who's bringing your own talents and like just doing awesome with things and helping people learn and connect and all the things that we really need, I want to talk to you. I want to connect with you and figure out how we can amplify that and bring it to more people. So thank you so much for doing this tonight. I'm glad that I could do it with an old friend. Thanks,
yeah,
Victoria.
me too, Jen. I love you.
I love you too. That's so nice to meet you, Stacy.
Nice to meet you too.
See you guys later. Have a great night.
Bye, Jen. You too. Have a good night.